Here is what it's really like to live in Da Nang for 3 weeks as a 22-year-old digital nomad. You always hear about Bali, Thailand, Lisbon, but no one actually talks about Da Nang, Vietnam. The plan was not to go there, but I had a gap of 3 weeks to fill in Asia, so I booked a ticket. I thought it would be just another stop, but something about this place flipped the switch. This place isn't loud, it's locked in. And today I'm breaking down for you what a normal day looked like, what it actually costs to live in Da Nang, and why Da Nang just works. By the end of this video, you will know if this is your next move. No expectations, no checklist. Some friends, Gabriel and Xavier, they were heading to Da Nang. So I thought, why not? Sometimes those random places are the best places. But is Da Nang one of them? My days here were quite simple. Wake up between 7 and 8, hit the gym, protein shake after, then usually some banh mi or pho, the most typical two Vietnamese dishes. They're good, simple and cheap. Then fresh up, grab my laptop and call a grab to go straight to the co-working. I always arrived at the co-working between 10 and 11. No distractions. I always almost ordered my lunch and dinner on Grab as well. So tons of time to just get shit done. All day, deep into the night. Because between 11 in the evening or 1 at midnight, I normally left the co-working. And that was the nice part. After a long day of working, I just walked home alongside the beach. Just me, the sound of the waves, and empty thoughts. You don't need to rent a bike because traffic in Da Nang is quite chaotic. Everyone is fucking smashing that hunk over there. But if it works for them, for me, walking in the evening and just using a Grab to get there in the morning was way easier. And Da Nang, it's not just chill, it's cheap. Like way cheaper than you would expect. Here is what a month here would look like if you lived like I did. Food is around 10 to 17 euros a day. That's about 460 euros a month. And I wasn't even being super frugal. You could easily eat for less if you want. Transportation, well, I just told you, I always just took a Grab and that was at least €1 a day. So I spent maybe like 30, 45 euros in my time spent there. If you would rent a bike, it would cost around 5 euros a day. And then the accommodation. I rented a nice spot for around 350 euros a month, but that was just for 3 weeks. And if you would stretch your budget to 450, you can get something really nice for about the whole month. Gym, I went to a clean one, solid gym membership, 30 euros a month. Co-working space, about 80 euros for 3 weeks. It would roughly cost like 120 euros if you do it for the whole month. And then a big shout out to Tiffany and Anton who own co-working Da Nang, because the vibes there are amazing. You have unlimited Vietnamese coffee that you can make yourself anytime. You can sit outside and inside, both with AC. And they have a really nice garden where you can just chill if you want. And they organize events and spend lots of time on the whole community aspect of the co-working. Then the extras, spend probably around 150 euros on small stuff. Random purchases, a few trips, nothing crazy. So your total monthly costs would roughly be around 1250 euros, all in. And then you have a really good life there. Cheap enough to save, chill enough to focus, still comfortable enough to enjoy. Work was the main mission, but some of the weekends were for side quests. Here's what I squeezed into the 3 weeks that I was there. I never had lobster in my life. So I had my first lobster dinner. Back at home, this dinner would cost around 700 euros or something, with the oysters and the white fish that we also had. Da Nang, 60 euros. It was unreal. Me and Gabriel tried durian for the first time. Here is how that went.
All right, let's try some durian. For the one time.
Grab your piece.
Yeah, you can have the bigger one. Cheers. Cheers. Fucking stinks, bro. It's weird.
If you know, you know. Smells like death and tastes like weird custard. I did a trip to Marble Mountain, caves, ancient temples, and a giant Buddha. It's quite cool because at 12 years old, I was obsessed with Asian culture. And now I was living inside that dream that as a 12-year-old, I only Googled about. Saturday nights, the famous Dragon Bridge lights up, shooting flame and water into the sky. After that, you just stroll through the night market, pick up some street food, haggle for some fake Nike, €3 for a nice shirt. And it's made in Vietnam anyway. My inner sales guy was thriving when haggling with those guys. And then the last little adventure, the famous Golden Hands Bridge and the world's longest cable car ride. There's also a theme park bounded to it. It's called Sun World. Well, that one is a little touristy. But the ride up into the mountain, that's absolutely insane. That's quite cool. These little adventures reminded me you can grind hard and still see cool stuff. Because living as a nomad, it's not worth it if you never see anything. Because even after 3 weeks in Da Nang, I just barely scratched the surface. There's still so much left to explore. Sontra Mountains with Lady Buddha, huge temples, insane views of Da Nang, but I never made it up there. Hoi An, the ancient town, the old streets, lanterns, and everyone told me that it's like magical at night. Well, it's still waiting for me. Tailored clothing, because Vietnam is the spot when it comes to tailored clothing. Well, I did not get that custom-made suit this time, so next trip I'm pulling up as James Bond. The Golden Loop ride, Hai Van Pass, and honestly, this one truly hurts because I'm a big nature lover. Because it's a legendary road trip through the mountains and coastal cliffs. I didn't get that right. But that only means one thing. I'm not with Da Nang yet. And of course, I'm taking you with me. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Because 90% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. And I promise you, the next videos, starting with Lisbon, are going to be even better. So, if you're looking for a place to lock in, but still have small adventures on the side, Da Nang is it. It's not the loudest place, well, except for the honking. It's not the craziest place, but maybe that's exactly why it works. You get in, you grind, you live. And when you want to break, there's beaches, mountains, street food, all waiting for you there. Sometimes you don't need more noise. Sometimes you just need a quiet place to get things done. And if that's what you're looking for right now, Da Nang should be on your list. Then like, share if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you're curious about what it looks like to live in Bali as a digital nomad, check out this video. Visionaries, take action, create your own story, and I'll check you out later.